Hey YouTube, it's Shaker here, and we're bringing you another one. I'm a digital artist who likes to watch movies with the people. And today, we are going to do Silo Season 2, Episode 8. We are 2 away from the finale. 2 away from the finale, so I'm very excited. Do not mind my mug. So usually I have the coffee girl. I'm going to have the coffee girl pop up. This is not coffee. This is not water, which I usually only put water in here. This is an energy drink. Because it's 2:30 in the morning. This is a new year. And we trying to get it out early. I tried all last year to get the Silo episode out early, and I just couldn't do it. But you know what? At least today, now I ain't gonna say nothing about next week and all the other weeks, okay? But at least today, we're gonna try to get this episode out. Now I don't know what time is best because all the other ones I kept posting it late at night on Fridays and who knows what. So I don't know what time this is gonna air because I have to. What I was gonna do after this, after I edit, is do like a research on what's the best time to post a show, or has other people already posted their shows reviews. So I just have to do some research. If it's like the earlier the better, I'm gonna post it right after I finish recording, or I'll post it like early in the morning. I don't really know. Okay, so we're gonna get right on into it. If you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're gonna keep bringing this stuff to you. Okay, so we're going to get into the overall feeling. We're going to do the ranking, and then we'll get into the spoiler review, okay? So, overall feeling, first of all, really good episode. And the feeling I get if I gave it words is, Harper, who these people? Harper, who is these people? We're going to talk about that at the end. And in my ranking, 9 out of 10. Really good episode. And what did I say? I said last week that this is going to be the week where we're going to start getting some juice. This is the week where you start feeling emotions. You start getting a little upset with people you don't want to get upset with. A lot more is, well, not a lot is revealed, but a lot more is revealed. So next week is going to be the one that's like, finally we get some like outside answers. We kind of getting out a little bit. Really looking forward to that. So we're going to talk about that in a bit. Okay, we're getting into the spoiler review territory. Let's cue the music. Okay. Remember, I always recommend you guys watch the recap, especially when we had a busy week. Not only was it new, Happy New Year. This is the first episode on the channel, on the main channel, because I just did the podcast. So Happy New Year, you guys. I didn't think this was going to be the first one because I planned to do Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So I actually, in my mind, I'm like, that'll be the first video, but I forgot that Silo comes first. So this is actually the first video on the main channel, not including the animation I did. I'll put the animation here while we're talking about it. So Happy New Year. I'm really excited for all that's about to come in this new year. So stay tuned. We got some really good shows coming. I'm not reviewing every show that's coming out, but I definitely reviewing Severance and Stranger Things. So stay tuned for that. I might do a breakdown, or not a breakdown, but a review of Last of Us. I just don't know how they're dropping it, but I don't want to do a weekly thing. If it is, I don't think they're going to do a weekly. I don't know how. I can't remember how they did it the first time. Was it weekly? Maybe it was, but I don't know if I'm going to do per episode or if I'm going to just wait till it's all done and do a review. I don't know, but we'll see when we get there. Okay, so I recommend you doing a recap. Why? Because a lot has just happened just in this 1 week. If you listen, all the crazy stuff that just happened on January 1st and January 2nd, it's crazy. So if you want to, learn, hear the talks about that, going over to the podcast, because that's where we really get down and dirty on what's going on in the pop culture and all the craziness that's going on in the world. Okay, so you definitely want to do a recap because it felt like 5 weeks, even though it was just 1 week since the last episode. Okay. All right, so let's get right on in the plot. Hold on, we need a little. I understand it's not coffee, but I'm not drawing a whole thing. You know what I mean? So let her just pop up while I drink this energy drink. Okay? Okay, so we get back to Juliette, and she runs and she gets that axe. Okay, so remember, she saw blood in the previous episode, and she runs and gets the axe in this episode. Okay, but then as she getting up the steps, because she trying to figure out what's going on with Solo, what's happening, because remember, she was underwater, and you see she's starting to get sick. Remember, he as immature as Solo is, he be saying some really important things, and she be paying attention. And one of those things was, if you go down super deep into water, you can't just come rushing up to the top. You have to slowly come up. But did she slowly come up? No, because she lost the air, because what happened to Solo? So she rushed all the way up to the top. But she's starting to feel the effects of doing that. Okay, so then we cut to the mayor, who we see go into the utility room, and then that was kind of it. And then we cut to Shirley, who's down in the down deep. Remember when they had all the wall of names, and she's writing Cooper on the wall, which is like, you know, just her way for her to kind of honor him. And it also felt like it's about to go down. That's what it felt like. Like this is the shift. And if I don't get this chance, I'm gonna do it now to honor you, and I'm gonna write your name up. That's what it felt like, and I really like that. So then Shirley goes to sit with Sheriff Paul at I guess it was like a lunch hour, because it still looked like daytime, so I don't think it was dinner. So she goes to sit with him, and it's already odd because people looking around, looking at him, kind of like, "What you doing here? You supposed to be an up top sheriff, and you down here mingling with the peasants. What you down here for?" That's the look they're giving. They didn't say that, but that's the look they're giving. And so she goes to sit with him, and basically, she's like, "What you hiding? Because what you about to do? Because it look like you hiding to me. Because why you ain't go back upstairs yet? Oh, why you ain't go back upstairs?" So he like, "Well, no, I'm just kind of waiting out, whatever." She like, "Well, while you waiting out, why don't you help us?" He like, "Oh no, I'm trying to follow a pack. You know, the sheriff is really getting on my nerves. We're gonna talk about the shift that I think he's about to take, but he's really getting on my nerves. Oh, I need to follow the pack." And she like, what? Are you crazy? Like, no, like, we're not following the pack. If they lying, it's time to fight. It's time to fight. Like, we're not gonna sit around and look. So I'm with Shirley. And then she like, forget that. She took her lunch away from sitting with him. She was trying to be nice, but he done ruined the lunchtime hour. Okay. So we cut to Lukas, and he goes to Judge Meadows' apartment, to look for some stuff, or to, you know, get some clues and all the stuff that he's trying to get or whatever. But he gets stopped by Judge Sims' team. So there's two guys in there packing up Judge Meadows' stuff at the order of Judge Sims. Okay, and they're like, "What you doing here? Excuse me, you don't belong in here, sir. Get out. We ain't gonna tell you twice." And then he pulled out the blue, and then Lukas pulled out the blue card and was like, "Excuse me." You know what? He didn't say it actually to this point. He actually said it with a lot more hesitation, a lot more like, "I mean, you don't understand. I'm the shadow." You know what I mean? Like hesitant, because he's in a very high role out of nowhere, and so he doesn't realize this power that he now has. And they're like, "Oh, okay, we understand. Yeah, get out." That's what he said. He didn't say that, but he said that. He was like, "I'm gonna need y'all to get out." He said it nicely, but he said get out. That's basically what he said. Okay. So he's looking around, and he couldn't find anything until he searched her computer, and he searched Salvador Quinn descendants. Okay. Nothing came up at first, but then he looked at his ID, that blue ID, and he's, I guess, the code there, or I don't know what, or the ID number. I don't know how that became a connection. Oh wait, I just realized something. Okay, we'll talk about it in a sec. And he puts that code in to the password. It opens up. He finds Terrence Pemblock. Blook. I think it's Block. No, it's not Block. It's not a C. Pemblock. So he's like, all right. So he writes that down. We have a lead, right? We know where we're going. Okay. So then we cut to Knox and the crew, and you know, all the Down Deep main cast, and they're in Martha's house. And they like, we're gonna have to do something because we run out of supplies. Like, we're gonna have to sneak up there. And then Martha's like, "That's not a good idea because y'all gonna get caught." They like, "But what you want us to do?" She like, "How about you go and get Carla McLean? She the one who got the answers, but she locked up. Why don't you go get her?" They like, "I understand you love her and everything, and we care about her too, but at the end of the day, like, there's bigger fish to fry." And yes, it's unfortunate that she's in there, but this is a bigger situation. Martha is not having it. She's not having it at all. She like, "Get out. Everybody get out. How about that? How about that? Y'all, you want to make excuses? You want to make excuses? How about I excuse my fist to your face?" That's what she said. She didn't say that, but she said that. You know what I'm saying? So she like, "Get out." All right. And so we can see Martha's desperate. Like she's getting desperate. She's starting to get like antsy about her friend, right? So then she gets a message that pops up on her computer and she like, now what's this about? Okay, now what's going on here? Okay. So then we cut back to Juliette and she's feeling it, right? Like she's like, okay. But then she remembered, which I don't know how true. I mean, I'm assuming it's true. I just don't know about I didn't do any research to find out what you're supposed to do. But according to what Solo said, once you come up really quickly out the water like that, you start getting sick. The only way to actually fix it is to go back into the water deep and just kind of rest there as your body acclimates, I guess, to the situation, and then you can come back up. So I guess she remembered that. So she goes, gets the pump, she gets back into the water so that she can get her life together because she's suffering. Okay. So then we cut to Judge Robert Sims, and he is confronting that main leader, the main raider. Okay. So he's kind of like, what's going on, like, with this Lukas guy? Like, I go in the room, boom, there go Lukas. What's up with that? I need to know what's going on. And the Raiders like, first of all, I don't even know what you're talking about. And even if I did know, I ain't telling you nothing. And Robert's like, oh, so that's how we gonna do this? Or we not gonna be friends? And he like, when you was in my position, did you go to Judge Meadows to talk to her? Never. She ain't never talked to Judge Meadows. Okay, so the main Raider's like, same thing. Same thing. Sorry, I need an energy drink break. Okay? So he's basically like, no, I'm not helping you. Get out. You know what I mean? So obviously Judge Sims is not happy about. So then we cut back to Shirley, and we see Martha and Shirley walking. Martha is leaving because she gets a message. She's leaving. Shirley's like, where you going? Excuse me, where you going? She like, mind your business, basically. And she's like, I'm going up to 90, to floor 90, because there's a pump situation. I have to fix the pump. And Shirley like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. That's a trap. Like, don't go. She like, I'm going. She like, I mean, at least let me go with you. She like, no, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going. I feel personally, if we stop here, I feel like Martha, I don't think Martha knew why she was going up there, but I think she had a feeling that she might be able to get some answers. I really feel that she was desperate enough to, because Martha's not dumb, but she's being blinded by her love, and it's making her make dumb decisions because of that. But she's not dumb, but she's making dumb decisions because of this love that she has. So she needs to get it together because she's starting to make me angry, and I really like Martha. Okay, moving on. So we come back to Juliette. We see her under the water. She's breathing through the tube, and she's stretching, getting herself together because she was about to die up there. Okay, so she's getting herself together. I wonder how they figured out that you just got to get back in the water and get your body back to normal. I don't know how that works, but anyway, so we cut back to Lukas, and he goes to Terrace pen block, and he goes to the house. So the daughter-in-law answers, and she's giving him a tough time. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. My father-in-law in here. I don't know what you're saying. And basically, he's there. Obviously, he ain't hiding. He comes. He's like, we don't want nothing to do with you. Like, get out of here. But he brings out that blue badge again. He like, I don't know who you think you are, and now he getting a little, he's starting to feel that power of the blue badge a little bit. Pull the blue badge out, like, you better open up this door. You don't know who I am. He ain't say it like that, but inside he was kind of saying it like that. You know what I mean? So when he gets inside, they explain who they are. They make wool for the cleaners. So when the cleaners go out and they wipe the screen, the cleaners do that. But they also said they make quilts for the up top. But she said that a little snarky, we do it for them. Not, I don't know how am I trying to explain it. Kind of like we're not happy about that, but they're better than us, so we do it for them. That type of thing. And so it was very snarky, like, whatever, we do it for the up top. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that. So Lukas explains to them that he believes that Quinn took property that is still in the descendants' possession. He like, I think Quinn has some stuff that y'all got, because y'all the descendants. And I think y'all got it. Okay? And they like, he's like, maybe books. He said it could be anything, but maybe it's books. Because remember, he's looking for books. He said maybe books. And then he's, the father-in-law is like, the books were destroyed in rebellion. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. But Lukas is like, nah, dog. I know you're lying. And he like, all right, you want to play games? You don't know who I am. I'm going to be back. And you ain't going to want me when I come back. So then he leaves. But when he's leaving out, or when he gets outside, Terrence comes up behind him and punches him. No, I thought honestly, I thought he was about to get knocked out in the middle of the thing. But he come out and basically he like, I see right through you. You ain't tough. He like, you acting tough, but I know you're not tough. And I think that was like a little connection, kind of like, I see you. I see something inside of you, and you know I see it. Like, it was one of those, right? And he's like, you basically not a threat. Like, I see you. Okay? So then he explains to Lukas, he said, we're still making up for the man that almost destroyed the silo. He's like, what Salvador Quinn did, we're still making up for. That's why we make quilts, because of what he did. And then this line, now we're stuck with his sins, right? It's like that type of conversation. And we're like, whoa, that's why he don't like him. That's why they like, we don't want nothing to do with Quinn. We ain't got nothing to do with him, and we don't want nothing to do with him. Okay? So then Lukas goes back to Mayor Bernard, who I forgot he's the head of IT. Just a quick little pause here for those who don't remember. In season 1, he was head of IT, and then he killed the mayor? Wait, who killed the mayor? Was it him? I can't remember. I think he killed the original mayor, so then he became mayor. But wait, that doesn't make sense. I can't remember. Point is, he been scheming, okay? I can't remember if it was him or somebody else. If you know in the comments, let me know, okay? Anyway. You see I needed another break here. So, he goes to Mayor Bernard to tell him what's going on. He's like, they don't know nothing. And, because of the bad things he did, And then the mayor's like, no, that's not true. He's not a bad guy. He's a hero. Like, it was a lie. Like, he actually saved the silo. So now we're like, what in the world? What are we talking about? So he said, before Salvador Quinn, there was rebellions every 20 years. And they would risk the silo, right? Because once there's a rebellion, they try to open the door, So it would happen every 20 years. And he said because people knew about the ones before. So because people knew that there were rebellions, it made them want to rebel. Like they knew, there was a rebellion 20 years ago. There must be something out there. What are we missing? What aren't we understanding? And then it causes a rebellion. So Salvador Quinn thought, okay, well, if I remove their memories, if I remove everyone's memories, then they don't remember that there's a rebellion, and then this is all they know. So it was some strategic way to keep everyone safe is what Quinn did. So he removed their memories by, what did he do? Removing relics and removing books, removing the artifacts. Like, no, you can't have anything of the past time. And then most important thing he did, he started drugging the water. And he drugged the water, and then over time, people lost their memory of of the before times. So that's why now, 140 years later, not only do they not have books and things that explain about the past, but they don't even have, they wouldn't have memory of it in there 140 years later, but even anybody of older age wouldn't remember it anyway because he drugged the water. So if I pause here, he's a hero in that sense that he saved the people for 140 years, but drugging the people and lying to the people is not being a hero. This is the mayor's perspective of what a hero is. Just want to throw that out there while we're here, because we'll talk about it a little bit. We'll talk about it in a sec. Okay. So we cut back to Juliette. We see she resurfaces. She seems to be okay. She got herself together. She seems to be just fine. So then we cut back to Patrick. Remember, Patrick's the one who had the shot in the shoulder. Oh, everybody getting shot in the shoulder. We're going to talk about it later. Shot in the shoulder. And he's talking to Kathleen, who I'm starting to really enjoy. This was the episode where I'm like, I really love Kathleen. Like, she's great. So he's talking to Kathleen, and he like, yeah, that piece of that picture Sheriff Paul showed me. It was beautiful. Mm-hmm. You know about that, don't you? You know about them trees and hills. She's like, yeah, I know about that, girl. So I think he assumed she knew, but secretly knew she didn't know. I think at first he was just like, I'm assuming she know. But like somewhere deep down it was like, I know you ain't know about that. He just being messy. Being messy unnecessarily. Just being messy. But I'm glad he did that. Cause Patrick don't care. He don't care no more. So she played it off like, oh yeah, it was what'd she say? She said this it was a sight. He said a sight or something like that. Girl, you ain't see it, but she played it off well, okay? So then we cut to Juliette, and she confronts the person who took Solo. So she gets up on the steps, she hears a noise, she turns around, she sees a person, guy got the light shining in her face, and she's like, look, I don't care what you did to Solo. I really don't care. Good thing is we don't care either. The audience also doesn't care. Okay, we don't care what you did to Solo. She like, I just need that suit. That's it. I'm just trying to get that. That's all she ever been trying to get is that suit to get on out of here. Okay. He said, I killed him and I'll kill you too. Shot in the chest. Bow. Well, in the shoulder. Shot in the shoulder. Right. Ow. Everybody getting hit. Right in the shoulder. Boom. She runs off. Obviously. Arrow in the chest. Ooh. In the chest. So we're like, oh my goodness, she can't even, she passing out, like she getting stabbed, drowning, bubbling up in the body, like she can't live a normal life. It's just going, like she's really going through it. Juliette is going through it more than anybody. People don't even know she's going through it right now, okay? But she's key. She's key to this story. I love it. I love it. Okay, so then we cut to Camille, and she meets the raider in the lunchroom. And in the cafeteria, and she like, look, you owe him. You owe Sims. Okay? I understand you don't want to jeopardize and this and that, but come on now. He was there for you for all these different things. You owe him. And he like, but I made a vow, like, what if Bernard finds out, the mayor, what if he finds out I made a vow? She like, she said, you made a vow to the silo. You didn't make a vow to no man. And she absolutely right. You didn't make a vow to the mayor. You made a vow to Silo. And this is what it comes. And this is something that upsets me about the Sheriff Paul. It's like, oh, the pact. Isn't the pact to protect Silo? Okay, so then the moment you start realizing, not the moment, but in your case, you have enough information to know that the mayor and others are being scammy. What are we talking about? Anyway, and that's what upsets me. But I mean, the raider, he don't have as much information as the sheriff do. So I'm kind of giving the raider a pass a little bit to be a little bit like, But the sheriff, no. Come on now. That's why he getting on my nerves. So then we cut to Martha, and she reached the pump on the 90th floor, and she gets inside, and who's standing there waiting? The mayor. So we're like, because she already desperate, and she don't know what to do, and she worried about her friends. I'm like, it's about to go down. Here we go. So the pump is just fine because he just turned off the pump, just to have a way to get her to come, and then he just turned it back on, and he wants to negotiate. He has an idea. He wants her help. Martha! I was so upset. I'm so upset with Martha right now. Anyway, so we cut back to Juliette. she get her wound together, put the alcohol on there, burn herself. She get the thing out. She wrap herself up as best as she could. She probably gonna need some stitches. And I think I know who's gonna stitch her up. So she's gonna be fine. And it's just she had to address that because it was an arrow sticking out of her arm. So then we cut to Judge Sims, and he gets a message from the head raider. I'm gonna read the message. It said here, Judge Sims, thinking of the time you came to my father's funeral, seems so long ago. I sometimes wonder how that little apple tree has grown. So that was from the raider. And so he understood that to be like a sign to meet with the raider and the apple orchard. And so he goes there, and the raider basically tells him what's going on with Lukas, or at least as much as he was able to find out. He's like, Lukas is looking for a book. He doesn't even really know why he's looking for it, but he's looking for something. And he's like, okay, all right, good. So when you find out that it gave me what's love got to do with it? She was like, they came here for me. Me. Okay. Like it was like, that was the farthest she was gonna get. Or no, it was more like I'm talking about a whole nother movie. It was more like time when after she finally got herself together. I'm talking about what's love got to do with it. And then he show up in with his car talking about something. Can we talk? She like, okay. So she sit in the car. And he goes to shut the door. She like, we ain't shutting this door. You can sit down, but we ain't shutting this door. Anyway, it was given one of those. Kind of like, this was it. Like, this is it. This is our last. I ain't doing this again. And he was like, and stop sending your wife. Stop sending your wife out to handle your dirty work, okay? Which I couldn't tell, but I don't think he knows that she went. So that's not going to make him happy because it's like, we just talked about not holding stuff back. You're supposed to let me know. Anyway. So he was basically like, I did it once. Because I owe you that much. Like that's it. Like that's it. So then we cut back to the mayor who's speaking with Martha, and he's like, I'm trying to save the silo. He's like, and I'll go to any length to save it. Basically, I kill whoever I need to kill, even if it's the love of my life, Judge Meadows. Even if I have to kill the love of my life, I'll do. And we know he will because he did. Everybody knows he did. Well, not everybody knows, but a lot of people know. The most important people know that he would go all the way. And he's basically like, I'm going to make Carla suffer if Mechanical continues to play games. How about that? And he wants to know what they're planning. He's like, look, I want to know what's going on. What they doing down there? I want to know what's going on. Okay? So then we cut back to Kathleen, and she confronts Sheriff Paul, her husband. And she's just like, so Patrick told me about the page. Why didn't you tell me? And he's like, oh, she like, look, he like, oh, it was dangerous. She's like, I don't care that's dangerous. The thing is, he don't realize he got a ride or die. Most of the wives and husbands are ride or die for each other. Not all of them, but like most of them are pretty ride or die. Camille and Robert Sims, they ride or die. Camille gonna do whatever she needs to do for her husband, and Robert Sims gonna do whatever he needs to do for his wife. But I don't think Sheriff Paul realizes that Kathleen is the same way. Like, she is very much, she went all the way from the top to the bottom with her baby. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so it's like, Kathleen is there for you, period. And then Silo second, but she's really down for you. And she's like, I don't care that it's dangerous. And he's like, she's like, I need to know, what did you see? Like, is there really a world that's beautiful out there? Like, show me, I want to see. So she sits next to him. He pulls out the paper she's looking at, and he explained, like, yeah, it's other things in the book, like children and beautiful things, trees and all these things, stuff they'd never seen before in the before times. And she's like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know, tears come down. He's like, I don't know. And I don't know what to do. And the reason why this is, and we'll talk about it a little bit more later, but this is special because the thing is, you if you feel like you're alone, you'll act alone. And he's been acting alone, but he's not alone. Not only is so many other people who would be there to support his fight, but his own wife is on his side and on Silo's side. So he he needed this tear drop. Okay. And I think this is going to change, and we'll talk a little bit about it in my predictions. Okay. So we cut back to Lukas, and he does something I didn't expect him to do. And this is what makes me really, I think Lukas is becoming one of my favorite characters. He goes back to the people he apologized. And he's basically like, look, I'm a kid from the lower mids, and the blue badge made me feel good. It made me feel special. And for him to just like get it quickly tells me he's just a good person at heart. Basically, the blue badge was getting to him. It was getting to him. And so he's like, look, it made me feel special. And he's like, I'm not, but Salvador Quinn is, and he's a hero. And they're like, boy, bye. He ain't no hero. He like, I can't tell you how I know he's a hero or where I got the information from, but I can assure you that he is. So I think that was pretty comforting for a family who for so long has looked at this person as a villain. To hear that he's a hero is like, okay. And the daughter-in-law is like, Judge Meadows tried to tell us the same thing before she became a judge. So like 20 years ago. So she must have, well, I mean, she's probably older than she looks, but so obviously 20 years ago. And he's like, wait, Judge Meadows came to you guys? She's like, yeah, she came, did the same thing you did, came with the blue badge. The reason why I brought up the blue badge and why it made sense, because I was like, how'd he get the code? Unless that might be the same badge that she had, and that's the same code that was on her blue badge, and she made that. I mean, I'm just assuming, because why would that even be the password to get into that computer if it wasn't Judge Meadows' same badge, because it was her computer? So I just connected the dots, because when she said you came in with the same badge, she did the same thing. I'm like, okay, connecting the dots. We connecting dots. Okay. So, and she was like, and she wanted books, and she basically made an exchange like, all right, you won't get in trouble, but I'm gonna give you, let's do an exchange. So she exchanged some other books for an old copy of the pack that had Salvador Quinn's name in it. So that was the exchange. So they brought out the books that she exchanged. I think they were just some regular fantasy books or something, like, you know, how she had the Wizard of Oz, just something positive. I don't think it was anything like important in that way. So they asked after that, she was like, did those two really kill her, and the two from Mechanical? This is the key right here, what Lukas said. Lukas said, that's what they said. He didn't say it as dramatically as I just said it. He was like, that's what they said. That's all we need to know, that Lukas is on the right side. Period. And we're going to see it in a second, how we really know he's really about to be on the right side. But like, he said, that's what they said. He didn't say, yes, that's what happened. He said, that's what I was told. Because he know they're corrupt. He know firsthand. Come on now. He know. So we cut back to Martha and the mayor, and we can see that Martha told him whatever she knew, just so she could see Carla. Okay. So then we cut back to Juliette, and she goes back up, but this time she got a shield. She like, all right now. What I'm dealing with, because she ain't trying to get shot with an arrow again. Okay. She just healed, well, she ain't healed it, but she just patched that thing up. So she like, all right, now I know what I'm hitting for. Let's go up there. And she went out with a shield. So we cut to Teddy and a small crew. We see them sneaking over the balcony from, one level to another, and they go to the door. They open up the door. Raiders sitting there waiting for them. They get arrested. Shut that thing down. So it didn't work. What they thought was going to work was going to work. It ain't work, because we found out, through the grapevine, because of Martha. Martha told them what happened. The Raiders went on over there, captured them. Martha! Messing it up for all of us. So then Martha and the mayor goes to where Carla is behind the door. So she could see her through like the glass of the door. And she's like calling out to her. She can't hear it. And he was like, all right, that's it. Shut the gate. That's it. She's like, what? He said, I said you could see her. I said you could talk to her. Blackmail. So he like, if you want her to stay unharmed, I need you to be my new eyes and ears. So now Carla's stuck. Not Carla. Martha's stuck. She's stuck in a hard spot because she don't want Carla to get hurt. Of course, no one does. And to her, and we'll talk about it a little bit deeper, but she's just at a point where it's just like, I'm not going to let this happen to her again. I'm not going to abandon her again. So now it's just like her guilt has taken over. Martha's in a tough spot. So, and then he said this is why I can't stand the mayor. Then he said, when it's all over, he was like, I'm reading the quote here. He said, you will be reunited with your true love once again. Is that a threat? Basically, he said, and I predicted it. Basically, he said, I'm going to make sure when she die, you're going to be dead and then y'all can meet each other in heaven. That's what she said. He said y'all can meet each other in death. Okay? That's what he said. He didn't say that. But his face, look at his face. He said it with his face. Okay? So, and I think she knows that, but it's still like, just like, I don't care. I just want her to be safe. I think that's where she's at right now. So then he tells her, he's like, so when you go back down there, I'm going to need you to keep the cameras on, and I'm going to need you to stay in the shop. Basically, I don't need you walking around, running around, doing stuff. I need you to stay put, and I need you to be in the with the cameras on. Man, this man is he's playing chess. He playing chess, okay? So then we cut back to Lukas. He grabs the book with Quinn's name in it, right? So he already had the book. He just didn't know where to look, but he got his answers. So he's trying to decode. He fails at first, but then he notices a way, and then he puts it all together, and this is what it reads. It says, I have to get the message here. It says, if you've gotten this far, you already know this game is rigged. Listen. Salvador Quinn is like, listen, if you at this point, if you done figured this much out, that means you already know. Listen, Luka know. He know. And I got prediction of what I think is going to happen. But he know it's deeper. It's deeper. Okay? And then with Robert coming up to him with that conversation, that changed his way. So we're gonna talk about that in the predictions. So then he leaves. It seems like he's about to go to the mayor, because he says so. It seems like he's on his way to the mayor to tell him what he's found, right? But then guess who's right at the door when he gets outside? Judge Sims, because Judge Sims is ready to go. So he like, let me see your bag. He like, you can't do that. I'm the shadow. He like, shut up. I can do a lot more than what you think I can do. Okay. So he checks his bag. He pulls out the book. He like, what's it about? He's like, I don't know. I was about to go, take it to Judge Sims. And Sims is like, listen, once Bernard gets what he needs from you, he gonna send you back to the mines. Like, I thought I could trust Judge Sims Bernard too, but I can't trust him, and I don't think you're gonna trust him either. And he's like, you gonna need a friend. And then he like, who, you? He like, you gonna be my friend? Because I don't really trust you either. Okay? He didn't say that, but he basically said that. So at first I thought this was a threat directly from Robert Sims, but the more I think about it, I don't think it was actually a threat in the way that I thought. So basically as Lukas is walking away, Roberts is like, ain't your mom in hospice? And she was like, she wouldn't want to see her son as a patient. And at first I'm like, dang, you threatening the mom and him. But I actually think he wasn't threatening him. I think he was more like, you in danger. You in danger, and you don't want to be the one in danger. It ain't me that's putting you in danger. You are in danger. And I really think that's more of what he was trying to say, as opposed to, I'm going to put you in a box. I don't think he was trying to say that. At first, I was thinking it, and it kind of gives that. But honestly, I don't think... I think Sims knows he don't got that type of power anymore. So I don't think that's what he was trying to say. I think he was just warning him, like, you in danger. Okay? We go back to Martha. She's back in the down deep. She's back in her home. And Shirley comes in and is like, look, they got caught. You was right. You was right. They got caught. She like, anybody did? She's like, I don't even know. I don't know if anybody died because we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We just know they got caught and they arrested. She like, but I think there was a snitch. Because how would you have known that we were sneaking up there, right? So she like, I think there's a snitch. You see all Martha's face like, dang, it was me, right? She ain't say it, but it's all on her face like, that was me. And so she's like, well, so then Shirley's asking Martha, so when you went up there, did you see anything? Like, and she like, calm down. And she like, okay, you calm down. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm just tired. Like, no, I just need rest, which is true. I mean, she went to 90, that's 90 floors. See, they ain't really showing time well like they did. In the first season, you really felt like they gotta go on a journey to go up and down these steps. And this one, it don't feel that way. Probably to make the story go faster. But yeah, anyway. Because come on, 90 floors is a lot. And these ain't no regular floors. Just saying. And she ain't young. Just saying. So Shirley leaves and the mayor looking through the camera. And Martha gave him one of the fingers that isn't the nice one through the camera, and he's smirking like, gotcha. Oh, I want somebody to punch him so hard in the face. He needs to get punched. That's it. He needs to get punched. Y'all know he needs to get punched. So we cut back to Juliette, and I think in our minds we're like, oh, I think that's Silo laying on the ground. Because remember, we think, okay, Solo is dead. So we see her approaching who we thinks to be Solo. They get into a tussle. They fighting. Pulls the helmet off. It's a young person. Okay. I couldn't tell if it's a guy or girl, but a young person there, and she got him pinned down. But then a man and a woman with a bow and arrow stops the fight. They like, get it together. She said, I already put an arrow in your shoulder. One more move, and this one is going straight into your heart. Your heart. So Juliette like, listen, I ain't trying to get that because I already got one. I ain't trying to get one over here. Okay, so that's how episode 8 ends. We got 2 more episodes. I'm looking forward to it. So let's talk predictions, okay? So, this is my predictions. I think these these 3 that popped up are good people. I think they're good people. And I think, hear me out, I think they can breathe the air. Or they have a way to be able to breathe the air without a helmet. Only reason why I say that because I don't either a few things. Either they know how to get from silo to silo without going up. That's the first logical, like clean, easy answer. So that's probably the case. And they can get through the tunnels or, obviously not from down deep. So this must be a way from the top. So that's one option. Or they can breathe. And the reason I say that is because they weren't wearing like helmets. Their clothes look kind of like regular. You know what I mean? It didn't look like, oh, I had a suit on and I'm trying to protect myself from the outside world. Okay? So I think they're good people. And, okay, I think, oh no, we'll talk about it later. So then, my other prediction is I don't think Solo is dead. I think he might be tied up somewhere. Because here's the thing. 2 things. If you wanted to kill her, you could have shot her in the heart the first time because she seemed to be good at it. Also, as soon as you saw her fighting him or fighting the person on the ground, boom, you should have shot her right in the head. So the fact that you ain't try to kill her, like just straight off the bat, tells me you ain't kill. If you ain't kill her, why you kill Solo? That don't make sense. So I don't think Solo's dead. I think he's just tied up, and then we're gonna get some answers. Okay. I think Lukas is gonna betray Mayor Bernard because he was on his way. After getting that message that it's all a lie. It's not the truth. And he was about to go to the mayor, and then something stopped him from going. That means he ain't gonna be able to get to the mayor with that message. Or he'll get to the mayor with that message, and the mayor gonna try to play some stuff like, I don't know what he's talking about, but then that's gonna put some clicking in Lukas' head. And Lukas is gonna get the full message before anything and anybody. Once he get the full message, he gonna have to betray Bernard. fully. He's going to have to betray him because the truth is out there and he about to find out before everybody. I can tell you that right now. So, Sims and Camille might go fully good. Because they're not fully good. They're goodish. They ain't fully good. Camille a little bit more than Sims, but Sims, Judge Sims is not that good. I think they might go fully good because they are trying to figure stuff out. Might. But then the opposite might happen where if they get the full answers of what Bernard's trying to do, they might pick Bernard's side in helping the silo more than the other people. So I don't know which way they're going to go. I don't think they're going to break up. As much as I kind of want them to break up because I kind of want Camille to go to the full good and Sims to go to the full bad, I just don't think that's going to happen. So we'll have to see. I think Kathleen is going to convince Sheriff Paul to fight on the right side of history and stop playing games. I think she's going to finally shake him and wake him up because I think him hiding all this from his wife is what's been keeping him. But if his wife is like, if you don't stop playing and get on the right side of history, I think this is the moment that he needed to stop playing. The Sheriff Paul was getting on my nerves this whole time. Okay, now here's my other thought. I think that we're gonna see, and I said this from the beginning. I said this from season 1. I think we're gonna see Allison and Sheriff Becker again. Remember, Allison and Sheriff Becker is the first 2 people that went out in season 1. Allison went out. She's I want to go out, and then Sheriff Becker went out like the next episode, and then that's when we got That's when we got Juliette, right? Because he picked her. So I don't think they're dead. I think they're with this group of people that we just seen. And I said it before. I think there's a full silo that's fully aware of what's going on. Fully aware. Not a little bit, like a Zion, like a beautiful place. They know what's going on. They know there's something big happening, and they're trying to fight a bigger fight. I think that's the case, and I think that's where they're at. Period. We're going to find out. Okay. Last week, I said that Solo needs to go. He kind of went. I said that because I want to start trying to see if some of my predictions are even right. Because I'd be forgetting what I said in the previous week. I said that Juliette needs to get in the vault. I still think that's going to happen. I think it's just going to happen through this group of people that she just met. And I said Martha and Carla not going to make it. And we didn't see that yet, but that's the direction that it's going. I really like Martha. I think she's going to get over it, but I think they just have to die. They have to die because they're old, and it only makes sense. It's a love story. It makes sense. So I think they're gonna die. Whew. Y'all don't even understand how dead I am. Okay, dead. Anyway, I'm very excited. These next 2 episodes are going to be exciting. So I figured out the timing because it's literally 2 more weeks. The last episode of Silo airs the same week as the first episode of Severance. So I don't know which day. I'm hoping that Severance is on a Monday and then Silo's on Friday, so that gives me at least a few days separation to edit those 2. And then at least then Silo's done, and then I can focus on Severance. So I'm very excited about Severance. Cannot wait. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so fun. So fun to talk about. Okay. So much to come. Movies I'm working on, preparing. I'm about to start watching some anime shows. First of all, if you know any anime shows that are very popular, that has a really large fan base, that doesn't have 85,000 seasons, please let me know. My dad was telling me about One Punch Man. I'm thinking about watching that. It's only 2 seasons. That would be great. Should I watch dubbed, not dubbed? I'm going to do not dubbed because I'm seeing other people doing it not dubbed, which means I got to read. But I'm looking forward to bringing some new stuff into this year 2025. All right, you guys, if you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. That's it.